Once, there was a boy named Jack. Jack lived in a small town by the sea. His uncle was the lighthouse keeper. The lighthouse was old and tall. It stood near the sea. The light in the lighthouse helped the ships. The ships could see the light at night. This light was very important for sailors. One day, Jack's mother said, "You will visit your uncle." Jack was happy. He liked his uncle very much. His uncle was kind and strong. He lived alone in the lighthouse. "I will help him," thought Jack. Jack packed his bag. He put in clothes, food, and a toy. He was ready to go. His mother kissed him and said, "Be good. Listen to your uncle." Jack walked to the lighthouse. The sea was blue and calm. The wind was soft. Jack saw the lighthouse from far away. It was tall and white. It looked like a tower. Jack was excited. When Jack got to the lighthouse, his uncle was outside. "Hello, Jack," his uncle said. He smiled and waved. "Welcome to the lighthouse." Jack hugged his uncle. "I want to help you," Jack said. His uncle smiled again. "Of course," he said. "I need help. The lighthouse is big. There is much to do." Jack followed his uncle inside. The lighthouse was tall with many steps. Jack looked around. There were tools and ropes. There were books and maps too. It was a busy place. "You can help me clean," said his uncle. Jack nodded. He wanted to help. They started to clean the lighthouse. Jack swept the floor. His uncle cleaned the windows. The windows were big and round. From the window, Jack could see the sea. He could see boats on the water. He liked to look at the sea. At night, the light in the lighthouse turned on. The light was very bright. It shone far over the water. Jack watched the light turn. It went around and around. It never stopped. "Why does the light turn?" Jack asked. "The light must turn," his uncle said. "It helps sailors at sea. If the light stops, the sailors cannot see. They might get lost." Jack thought about this. The lighthouse was important. His uncle's job was important too. He felt proud of his uncle. That night, Jack went to bed. His bed was small but soft. He could hear the sea outside. The waves were quiet. Jack was tired. He closed his eyes and fell asleep. The next morning, Jack woke up early. His uncle was already awake. "Come, Jack," his uncle said. "We have more work today." Jack ate breakfast quickly. Then, he and his uncle went outside. The sun was bright, and the sky was clear. The sea was calm again. "Today, we must clean the lantern," his uncle said. "The lantern is at the top. It must be clean, or the light will not shine well." They climbed the steps of the lighthouse. There were many steps. Jack's legs were tired. But he wanted to help, so he kept going. Finally, they reached the top. The lantern was big and round. It was made of glass. Jack's uncle gave him a cloth. "We will clean it together," he said. They worked for a long time. Jack wiped the glass. His uncle cleaned the inside of the lantern. They were careful not to break anything. The lantern was very important. After they finished, the lantern was clean and shiny. "Good work," his uncle said. Jack smiled. He was happy to help. Later that day, a storm came. The wind was strong. The waves were big. The sky was dark. Jack looked out the window. He saw the boats on the water. The boats moved up and down. They looked small in the big sea. "Are the sailors safe?" Jack asked. He was worried. His uncle looked calm. "The light will help them," he said. "The sailors trust the light. It shows them the way." Jack watched the light turn in the storm. It was bright and strong. The storm was loud, but the light was louder. Jack could see it in the dark. He felt proud again. The storm lasted all night. Jack stayed inside with his uncle. They talked about the sea. They talked about the sailors. "Your job is very important," Jack said. His uncle nodded. "Yes," he said. "I help the sailors. But the lighthouse helps me too." Jack did not understand. "How does the lighthouse help you?" he asked. His uncle smiled. "The lighthouse gives me purpose," he said. "It reminds me to be strong. The sailors need me. I cannot let them down." Jack thought about this. He wanted to help people too. He wanted to be strong like his uncle. The next day, the storm was over. The sun was out again. The sea was calm. The boats were safe. Jack and his uncle went outside. The sky was blue, and the air was fresh. Jack smiled. He liked the lighthouse. He liked the sea. "You did well," his uncle said. "You helped me, and you helped the sailors too." Jack felt happy. He had learned something important. Helping people was good. It made him feel proud. It made him feel strong. That evening, Jack sat by the window. He watched the sun set over the sea. The sky was orange and pink. The light in the lighthouse was ready to turn on again. Jack thought about the sailors. They trusted the lighthouse. They trusted his uncle. Now, Jack knew why the lighthouse was important. It was not just a building. It was a friend to the sailors. It was a guide in the dark. Jack stayed at the lighthouse for many days. Each day, he learned something new. He learned how to care for the light. He learned how to listen to the sea. He learned how to be responsible. When it was time to go home, Jack felt a little sad. He would miss his uncle. He would miss the lighthouse too. "Will you come back?" his uncle asked. Jack smiled. "Yes," he said. "I will come back." Jack walked home along the beach. The waves were gentle. The wind was soft. He could see the lighthouse behind him. The light was bright and steady. It was always there, helping sailors find their way. Jack knew he would come back one day. He wanted to help again. He wanted to be like his uncle, strong and kind. He wanted to keep the light shining. As Jack walked, he looked at the sky. The stars were out now. The night was dark, but the lighthouse was bright. Jack felt happy. He had learned an important lesson. Helping others was the best thing he could do. And so, Jack went home. But he never forgot the lighthouse or his uncle. The sea, the light, and the lesson stayed with him forever.